The left messed up big time when they fiddled with the election in 2020. Because the Trump that we're seeing right now, the Trump that we've witnessed over this first basically week in office, is a much stronger Trump. A much wiser Trump. A Trump administration that's going to be 1,000 times more effective than when he was last in office. And we're already seeing that over the course of a few days, Trump did not just do more than Joe Biden did in 4 years. Trump did a lot more than what we saw Trump do when he initially took office in his first term. You see, in Trump's first term, he was still learning. He was still figuring out, how to be president. And there was all of these attacks against him, and he had the wrong people around him. I'm so glad that Trump had a chance to sit back, watch, observe, learn, build a better team around him than what he previously had. We got rid of Mike Pence. Now we got J.D. Vance. Now we got people like Elon Musk. We got people that are surrounding Trump that are much better than the people who were surrounding him in the past. And Trump's not playing any games. Trump doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. Everyone stepped on his toes, so he's not worried about stepping on any toes. And right now, we're witnessing something that I don't know if we've ever seen in American history. I know I haven't seen it in my lifetime, and I doubt you've seen it in yours. We're seeing a president that is fulfilling his promises, that is going out here and delivering, doing what he said he was going to do. And I'm telling you right now, if Trump would have won in 2020, yeah, he would have got some things done. Yeah, it would have been nice, but think about it. He wouldn't even be president right now. The Trump era would have been over. And during those 4 years, he would have still had the same people around him. He would have still had Mike Pence. He wouldn't have spotted the traitors. He wouldn't have learned a lot of these valuable lessons that he had to learn. You see, Trump is a wise man. He's much older than me, obviously. He knows a lot about life. He knows how to navigate, through all types of various situations, but it doesn't matter how old, it doesn't matter how experienced you are. We all still have things to learn. And, when Trump was in office the first time, he had things to learn. And I think he's done a lot of learning, not just through his first term, but as he sat back and watched Joe Biden be president. I think a lot of snakes in the grass were exposed. And now, right out the gate, he's showing that he means business. He means business. And there's a lot of things that people thought Trump was playing about. Trump ain't playing. Trump is not playing with these folks, okay? That's one thing about it. And it's so crazy because I turned on CNN the other morning, and even they had to admit that this is a extremely effective Donald Trump that has come in swiftly. He's signed so many executive orders that the Democrats' heads are spinning. They don't even know what to do. They don't know how to counterattack him right now. He's on the offensive. But I know some of you might not even believe me that they were actually, I don't know if I would say praising, but they were acknowledging this even on CNN. I want to go ahead and roll this clip so you can see for yourself, and then I'll be right back with more.
This is a very different Donald Trump. He's leading a very different administration in the way he's attacking things, and the American public is very much more in line with him than they were at any point during his entire first term.
Well, I would say, correction, this is not a very different Donald Trump. This is a very different Donald Trump as being viewed by voters in this
In the way he's going about things with Susan Wiles leading things. I think he is, going at things in a much less disorganized fashion, much more organized.
Take me back in history.
Take you back in history. So it was so interesting to me that Donald Trump's first net approval rating of his second term is higher than his entire first term. And I was interested, has that ever happened? Has the second term net approval rating in the first month, have you ever had a higher rating than any net approval rating during the entire first term? Donald Trump is the only...
I have a really hard time believing this.
This is 100% true. I went back. I love spreadsheets. Donald Trump's is the first guy ever whose net approval rating in the first month of his second term is higher than any rating that he had as an entire first term, Kate Baldwin. This is true. I don't make stuff up. The numbers are the numbers.
I believe you in nothing except when you have it in the wall, and then I believe everything you say.
That's exactly right.
Which is why
I'm telling you right now, like I was saying earlier, the left messed up big time. The deep state, all of these freaking bozos, they messed up big time by messing with Trump. They should have just allowed things to go how they were going without stepping in and intervening. And Trump would have had his 4 years and he would have already been out of there. But now he's in office and he's showing people what a real president can do. And this is why a lot of these people are panicking. And it's not just the left. It's people who you think are on the right. Listen, a lot of these people don't really have a political party. That's the reality of the situation. And a lot of these people are panicking because now the American people are watching what Trump has done over these first few days in office. And the American people are wondering, hey, how come we never saw another president do this? How come we've seen Donald Trump answer more questions from the press within 5 days than we've seen, all of these other presidents do in an entire lifetime? Why have I never seen another U.S. president sit in a room and just openly take questions from anyone for over an hour on end while signing hella executive orders, getting shit done on day one? How come I've never seen that before until now? So now a lot of the American public, not all, the woke idiots are going to be woke idiots, but a lot of the American public now are going to have higher expectations of the next president because Trump is setting new levels of expectations. And the powers that be, the Democrats, the people on the right, these politicians, the deep state, all of these people, whatever you want to call them, whatever box you want to put them in, I don't care. Whatever label you want to give them, I don't care. They're panicking because they realize that now the American people expect something more. And it's not what they don't. They know the American people expect something more now, but they know they can't deliver. And they know they don't want to deliver. So we're going to see a battle over these next few years because they're going to do whatever they can to throw stuff at Trump once again because they're afraid of the power that they're losing. And you see, they're not losing power to Donald Trump. They're losing power to us. They want you to think, oh, Donald Trump, he's getting all of this power. No, he's taking a lot of power and putting it back into our hands. And they don't like that. And he's showing us, hey, this is what your politicians could do. They could do this, but they don't. Joe Biden could have answered these questions, but he didn't. Joe Biden could have did a press conference, but he didn't. Joe Biden could have went to North Carolina and helped the people whose homes were destroyed by Hurricane Helene, but he didn't. But Trump is. But with all of that being said, I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.